The British are coming. Welcome to Murat preview number 2. Today we are getting a look at the 2nd Panzergrenadier Division. First, a little bit of a forward from the team at Eugen. They want to remind everyone that game development takes some time and schedules unfortunately do slip. They want to highlight that with Murat they are adding features from future milestones, case in point being certain set of missile platform units, which you can see on the screen now. They're going to be ready earlier than expected, but then several other game elements are still in the workshop and will come a bit later than predicted. So it's a bit of a balancing act with just what's ready first, with which teams comes up first, etc, etc. Obviously they're staying as close to their early access roadmap as possible, but as they stated, delays are possible, and that is a reality of life, so please do keep that in mind. But either way, on with the show. Now, the Panzergrenadier is quite a wide-ranging term. It is just a catch-all for German mechanized infantry, and thus the West German Bundeswehr used this name for mobile foot soldiers accompanying main battle tanks. The Panzergrenadier also act as escorts for armor while being transported on the battlefield and supported while dismounted by APCs or IFVs. Now, as a mechanized infantry formation, the 2nd Panzergrenadier Division was formed in 1956 in Kassel, West Germany. It was first established as a grenadier formation made up of volunteers and a cadre of West German border troops before being designated as a Panzergrenadier Division in 1959, featuring brigades. Primarily based in Hesse, the central German region, the division's coat of arms features the Hessian lion in a red and silver. For a moment in the early 70s, it was known as the 2nd Jaeger Division and moved headquarters before returning to Kassel and ultimately regaining its original name in the 1980s. As part of the 3rd Corps, it served alongside the 5th Panzer Division and the 12th Panzer Division in Sentag's area of responsibility. Interestingly enough, 2nd Panzergrenadier was situated in the far northern reaches of Command Zone, above the US 11th Armored Cavalry in Fulda. This placed it in an enclave in Northag's area, which is why we will be seeing some other nations' units. Now, in real life, after the end of the Cold War, the 2nd Panzergrenadier Division was disbanded in 1994. So, what can we expect in the game itself? Using the brigade structure as the 5th Panzer, the 2nd Panzergrenadier obviously features more Panzergrenadier infantry brigades than armoured ones. That means more soldiers on the battlefield and fewer tanks, though both types of Bundeswehr division rely on the same equipment and vehicle pool. There are obviously going to be some notable differences, however, so what can you expect to see? Though the 2nd Panzergrenadier Division receives its fair share of Leopard 203 tanks, the mainstay of the division are the older Leopard 1s, both the Leopard 1A1A1 and the Leopard 1A5. No Marder Roland SAMs here, as they were not divisional but corps assets, and in our wartime scenario these have been attached to the 5th Panzer. Instead of Alpha jets, close air support will be provided by the older G91R 3 Gina light CAS jets. Now, being so near Northag, some reinforcements for the 2nd Panzergrenadiers Division will come from other Northag nations. As the 2nd Panzergrenadier is the vital link between the two NATO commands, the division will receive additional troops from Belgian Recon Regiment, securing Northag's right flank. Practically, this means that they will feature some units from Northag's nations. This includes the Belgian Scimitar and Scorpion tanks, the Spartan Scout APC, the Sultan CV and the Striker ATGM launcher, plus some light eclairs. No, not talking about the lovely dessert. They will also get their own infantry models and camo, but acknowledgement dialogue will be French or German until the time we fully release the Belgian army. Further, the 2nd Panzergrenadier Division will also benefit from Northag's air cover, in the form of some RAF planes, the first British units to get unveiled in the game. The support comes from the Harrier GR3, the Tornado ADV F3 fighter plane, as well as the Tornado ADF F3 seaplane. Situated close behind the division was the Luftlanding Brigade 27, a West German paratroop and special forces formation. Much like the Luftsturmregiment 40 from our NVA's 4th Motoriste Suchen Division, it means the 2nd Panzergrenadier will have access to some header-borne support units. This might be either the FS Jägerfuhr and FS Jäger in a UH-1D, and the CH-53G heavy supply chopper. They also state, keeping it short and sweet, that they will also include new German plane loadouts. Further coming in this update will be the Fuchs Razit radar recon for both the 2nd Panzergrenadier and 5th Panzer. These are recon units with exceptional optics. However, they are not targetable by seed. This has been confirmed by the team at Eugen. And that is all we have for this week's devblog. Looking forward to next week, we should be getting a patch with at least some new maps and some balance changes, and then fingers crossed we will be getting Murat in short order after that. As always, please like, share, subscribe, stay tuned to the channel for some more WARNO and any further news.